What's up, y'all? You know, it's rant time. You know, just had my birthday yesterday and it got me to thinking about life and, where I want to go from here on out. And um, one of the things I thought about was the concept of the American dream. Now what's the American dream? The American dream is, the house, the two dogs with, I mean, no, the two kids and a dog, and a wife with, a house with the white picket fence, a sustainable job that's able to, sufficiently support all of that. That's the American dream, you know. And I'm starting to believe that either the American dream is dead or the American dream is dying. I say this for a lot of reasons, man. I just turned 39 years old, man. A year away from being 40. And, a lot of you adults, a lot of you grown ass men, y'all gonna feel me on this topic, man. The cost of living in general is crazy. Now I'm blessed to have the means to support myself and all of that, but let's break down the Carfax. Just to support myself in general, and I'm talking about I live a minimalist lifestyle. And just the bare minimum. I'm talking about rent, car insurance, health insurance, renter's insurance, fucking, groceries, motherfucking electric bill, cable and internet. Um, I already said rent. Motherfucking all of that shit. Y'all know what all the bills are. All of that shit together on a regular, just without any extra shit, is at least about $2,200 to $2,300 a month, and that's just me. That's without kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the bare minimum. We're not even talking about going out or, any of that extra shit, because every month, as y'all know, is always some shit that you don't expect to come out of nowhere that you got to pay for. Like a car might need to get fixed or something. So just the cost of living, just to support myself, is just it's like $2,300 a month, living a minimalist lifestyle. So when people be like, oh, well, when you gonna have kids and blah blah blah. Look, if it just costs $2,300 a month just to support myself, can you imagine how much it would cost to support a wife and kids? I mean, we're talking. I would have to make significantly more money, and I mean, I would have to pay significantly more money a month just to support the wife and kids. And that's why it tripped me out when I hear these old heads talking shit about my generation, and they be like, these baby boomers that be talking shit that don't have to deal with the problems that we got to deal with. The baby boomers that be talking about, oh, well, you know, I remember back in the day, oh, I remember I bought my first house for $65,000. And then you appraise it today, and then the shit is worth like 400, 500 G's. Yeah, you could buy a house for that amount back then. Try buying a house nowadays for that much. It ain't gonna happen. Or they'll say some shit like, "Oh yeah, I was able to pay off my college tuition with a summer job." Try paying off a fucking college tuition this day and age with a fucking summer job. It ain't gonna happen. I mean, it costs more to live now than it ever did before. And people be talking about, the old heads be talking all this shit about, oh, this generation, oh, this generation now. Keep in mind, it's the old heads that made the fucking economy as bad as it is now. And guess who has to pay the price for that? My generation got to pay the price for that. For the shit that the baby boomers did then. But you know what? You know what? I still make it happen. I'm still able to keep a roof over my head and clothes on my back and food in the fridge. And that's why it tripped me out when I hear these old heads talking about when you gonna have a baby, when you gonna have a baby, blah, 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 when you gonna fucking have kids. See, they could have kids back then like it was no thing. They could have kids at like the age of 17 or the age of 18 or some bullshit like that because keep in mind, shit was a lot different back then. Back then, you could support a family of 4 on one income with a fucking factory job that had benefits and all of that shit. See, you could do that shit back then. Man, you get a factory job now, you can't support a goddamn family of 4 off a factory job and think that that's gonna motherfucking support a whole family. You get a factory job now, I mean, that's enough to support yourself for the most part, barely. But you ain't gonna be able to support no family of 4 with no factory job now. And then on top of that, job security these days is job security these days, it's rare that you hear a motherfucker work for a company, one company for 20 or 30 years and retires and gets that pension and that gold watch and all of that shit. You rarely hear about that shit nowadays. Because you constantly have furloughs, you constantly have layoffs, you have all of that shit, man. And keep in mind, man, my generation, even, they might talk a lot of shit, man, but we going through shit like the coronavirus. We lived through shit like 9/11. We lived through 2 recessions, 3 wars. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we've lived through some shit in this generation that's downplayed like a motherfucker, and financially, and then it's terrible because we've had like 3 or 4 government shutdowns. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. And just for us in my generation, just to even fucking keep a level head about this shit, I mean, that shit should be commended. Because most people out here ain't even trying to get a house now. Shit, man, I went out here trying to get a house, man. I had $300,000 allotted where I can just go ahead and fucking find a house. Now, you can find a house down here for $300,000, but it ain't gonna be the best damn house. It ain't like it was back in the day. 300 grand doesn't go as far as it used to. Man, to fucking find a halfway decent house down here, you're gonna need at least about like 400 G's. I'm just saying, like the big backyard, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms at least, you're gonna need at least about 400 grand. Like if you want something good with a decent foundation and all of that. But yet you got some of these old heads talking shit, acting like it was back in their day. Money ain't like it was back in their day. Credit ain't like it was back in their day. And let's not even talk about college degrees and shit. Back in them days, a college degree used to mean something. Nowadays, a college degree don't mean shit. Trust and believe, I got 2 college degrees on the motherfucking wall, and they don't motherfucking carry a motherfucker as far as you think it would. I mean, you'll get your foot in the door. But, at the end of the day, you need connections. It ain't about what you know, it's about who you fucking know. And anybody that's been out here trying to get it in this job market, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So all, motherfuckers out here talking about when you gonna have kids and when you gonna get a house and all that shit. If I have kids, with kids, if it happened, it happened. I'm not really pushing for that. I really don't give a fuck about that shit. And then you got motherfuckers talking about, oh, you should get a house. It's already enough renting, I mean, I may get a house, when I get another stream of income. But motherfuckers be talking all that shit about how soft this generation is. But they need to get off my generation's dick because we go through more than what they fucking think. They think it's all sunshine and rainbows and all that motherfucking shit, but it's not. And if they don't got to go through the shit that we going through, I suggest the older generation shut the fuck up because y'all not dealing with the shit we got to deal with. Yeah, we can't pay off goddamn college tuition with a summer job. Must have been nice. Yeah, we can't get no motherfucking house for no goddamn $100,000 or $80,000. Must have been nice, motherfuckers. So I'm just saying, yo, the American dream is dead. And every fucking day, the fucking dollar is becoming more and more useless. It's becoming useless. It ain't you know, don't get me started, man. But like I said, the American dream is dead. And then on top of that, you know, people talk about marriage. That's part of the American dream. And y'all know how I feel about marriage. You know, people don't have ethics and shit like that no more. People are just, people aren't as religious. People are more promiscuous. You know, with the rise of social media and all that, motherfuckers got a lot of options and shit. It's not like it was back in the day where you go to a fucking sock hop or a school dance and meet the love of your life and you with that motherfucking person for the rest of your life. It ain't like that no more. You know? I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying. The American dream is dead, and I wish it wasn't. But that's all. That's my 2 cents about this, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. It's your boy Doc G out. Peace.